My favorite Pokemon game is without a doubt Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. I love the music, the visuals, and of course, the Pokemon. And even after games like Diamond and Pearl and Black and White, 3rd Gen is still my favorite. But I have to admit that recently, Sun and Moon look like they're going to be possibly the best Pokemon games. And it's all because of one thing: variety. Now someone could easily say that there is too much in this game, but I don't think so. I think there is just enough to make this game very different than any other Pokemon game. First, there are all the new Pokemon like Oricorio, who has 4 different forms depending on the island they're on, and it's not just a design change, but also a typing change. The Bale style is Fire Flying, the Pom-Pom style is Electric Flying, the Payu style is Psychic Flying, and the Sensu style is Ghost Flying. My favorite is the Sensu style since that's the only original typing. But just the idea of having the same Pokemon have 4 different forms and each one being a different typing is awesome, and it shows how much detail Game Freak is putting into Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. And have you seen all of these new abilities? I know this is not the first game to introduce so many new abilities, but it seems like there are so many of the newly released Pokemon that have these new abilities, like Bruxish. She has the ability Dazzling, which prevents Pokemon from using priority moves. There's also Mimikyu, who has the ability Disguise, where it's pretty much Substitute, but it activates upon entry. And there is Salandit, who has the ability Corrosion, which allows him to hit Steel Pokemon with Poison moves, and allows him to Poison Steel and Poison type Pokemon now. And there are so many more, like Minior having Shields Down, and Mudsdale getting the Stamina ability. And now probably the best news we got recently, the alolan forms for some of the older Pokemon like Exeggutor and the Vulpix Ninetales line. Now I don't know about you, but I goddamn love alolan Exeggutor and alolan Vulpix and Ninetales, and I love alolan Sandshrew and Sandslash. I love them all so far and I cannot wait to see more of them. The reason I love them so much is because I love the thought that went into these Pokemon. It just makes sense that these older Pokemon would have different appearances to show that they have adapted to their new environments, like Exeggutor. Because of the strong sunlight, Exeggutor was able to achieve his true form. Or at least that's what the people of Alola say. But the biggest reason I like these Alolan forms the most is no Mega Evolution? That's more of a question because I don't know if that's what they're doing, but I honestly think that is what they're doing. I think it would be a bit weird if we got these new forms, and Mega Evolutions, and Z moves. Speaking of Z moves, these are powerful moves that can only be used once per battle, and every Pokemon can use them, and what move it is depends on their typing. This seems like a much better idea than Mega Evolutions because with Mega Evolutions, they were limited to only specific Pokemon, and some of them were given abilities and had boosted stats that made them a bit overpowered like Mega Kangaskhan. I mean, what the hell was Game Freak thinking with Parental Bond? And there were Pokemon that did not even need a Mega Evolution, like Rayquaza and Metagross. With these new Z moves and having every Pokemon be able to use them makes it much better and avoids the problem of making them overpowered. The last thing I wanted to bring up was these new trials. Now a lot of people are thinking that these will replace gyms in Sun and Moon, and I think they are. Again, I think it would be weird for them to introduce this new feature and still keep gym battles in the game. I think it would make sense for each island to have a kahuna lead each island, and in order to go to the next one, you have to defeat them in a battle. I'm sure people will be upset with this, and there are people who are already, even though nothing is confirmed, but I don't mind it because they wouldn't be getting rid of the gyms, they would just be replacing them with something that I feel makes a little more sense. I feel this would also get rid of HMs. I don't know, I think it would make sense. With all these new news coming out, Sun and Moon is slowly looking like it just might be the best Pokemon game. The amount of variety this game is showing is kind of amazing to me. Who knows, it may pass Alpha Sapphire as my favorite Pokemon game of all time.